Our group of adventurous travellers arrive in Berlin, eager to explore the city's rich history. Making it to the hotel to drop off their bags, they set off on foot to the first destination on their itinerary, Checkpoint Charlie. A key crossing point during the Cold War, Checkpoint Charlie was the most famous border checkpoint between East and West Berlin. Established in 1961, it became a powerful symbol of the division between democracy and communism, witnessing numerous escape attempts and tense standoffs between Soviet and Allied forces. Today, it stands as a historical landmark. Continuing their journey on foot, our travellers arrive at the Topography of Terror, a powerful and sobering historical site, located on the former grounds of the SS and Gestapo headquarters. Through photographs, documents and exhibits, it educates visitors about the consequences of totalitarian rule and the importance of vigilance against tyranny. Heading north toward the memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe, the group most certainly requires a lunch and stops at Alt-Berliner Wirtshaus. Then onto the memorial itself, which consists of 2,711 concrete slabs arranged in a vast undulating grid. Designed to evoke a sense of isolation and contemplation, it honours the 6 million Jewish victims of the Holocaust. Our group makes their way to one of Berlin's most iconic landmarks, the Brandenburg Gate. Built in the late 18th century, the gate once marked the entrance to the city. Today it represents Germany's reunification and the triumph of peace over conflict. Before returning to the hotel to officially check in, freshen up and enjoy dinner before the evening's concert, the group takes a short walk to the Reichstag Dome. Sitting atop Germany's historic parliament building, the glass dome offers stunning panoramic views of Berlin while symbolizing transparency in government. After freshening up, the group heads to Spätzle Club for a hearty dinner, indulging in traditional German comfort food. With full stomachs and high spirits, they make their way to the Waldbühne for an unforgettable night at the Iron Maiden concert. Then it's back to the hotel for a well-earned night's rest. In the morning, the foursome sets out on foot toward the Fernsehturm, Berlin's iconic TV tower. As they enjoy breakfast in the revolving restaurant, the group takes in the stunning skyline, spotting landmarks from their journey and planning the day ahead. First on the list is a stop at Spielbank Casino, in the same location as the tower, before returning to the hotel to grab their bags and head to the train station. Before boarding, they indulge in one of Berlin's most beloved street foods, currywurst, created in 1949 by Herta Heuver, who combined ketchup, Worcestershire sauce and curry powder to spice up grilled sausage, which quickly became a local favourite. With full stomachs and fond memories, the group boards the train, bidding Berlin farewell as they embark on a 4.5-hour journey to Prague, eager for the next leg of their adventure. Arriving in Prague, our travellers head straight to their hotel to check in before heading out for an evening with a local friend. The night unfolds with a visit to a casino, followed by a delicious dinner and drinks as they soak in the city's vibrant nightlife. With laughter and good company, they wrap up the evening, eagerly anticipating tomorrow's adventure. The following morning, refreshed and ready for a new day, the group hops on public transportation, making their way from the hotel to the Powder Gate near Old Town, one of Prague's original city gates, dating back to the 15th century and was once used to store gunpowder. From here, Old Town is just a short walk away, home to the world-famous astronomical clock. Dating back to 1410, this medieval marvel is one of the oldest functioning astronomical clocks in existence. At this historic site, the group embarks on a tour of Prague's underground, exploring the labyrinth of hidden tunnels and medieval cellars beneath the city. After resurfacing, they set off towards the Charles Bridge and Tower. The Charles Bridge, one of Prague's most iconic landmarks, was commissioned by King Charles IV in 1357 and has stood for centuries as a masterpiece of Gothic architecture. Spanning the Vltava River, the bridge is lined with 30 Baroque statues, each with its own historical and religious significance. At one end of the bridge stands the old Town Bridge Tower, often regarded as one of the most beautiful Gothic towers in Europe. Around this time in the day, our travellers must be getting hungry, so they head to U Rudolfina, a classic Prague eatery, to enjoy some traditional Czech cuisine paired with a refreshing Pilsner. Though Pilsner beer originated in Plzeň, Pilsen, Czech Republic, just an hour from Prague, it has become a national staple, famous worldwide for its crisp, golden taste and smooth finish. After lunch, they take a short walk to the nuclear bunker tour, stepping back in time to Cold War-era Prague. Built in the 1950s, this underground bunker was designed to protect Czechoslovak citizens from a potential nuclear attack. From the bunker, it's just a short trip to the mesmerizing Franz Kafka rotating head. This 11-meter-tall kinetic sculpture, designed by David Cerny, is made up of 42 rotating stainless steel layers. As they observe the mesmerizing spinning head, the sun begins to set and their stomachs start to grumble. Perfect timing for the next step in their journey. Taking public transportation to Ukrail Brabantskeho, one of the oldest taverns in Prague, dating back to 1375. Here they indulge in a feast of traditional Czech cuisine, surrounded by the flickering glow of candlelight and the medieval atmosphere of stone walls and wooden beams. The night comes alive with a spectacular medieval show, featuring fire eaters, swordsmen, belly dancers and live folk music. With a full day of adventure behind them and their stomachs satisfied, weariness begins to set in. As the night winds down, they make their way back to the hotel, ready to sink into their beds for a well-earned evening of rest, recharging for whatever adventures tomorrow may bring. Early the next morning, the crew boards the train for a long journey to Salzburg, taking in the picturesque landscapes along the way. Upon their arrival, they drop off their bags at the hotel before setting out for lunch at Barenwert. After lunch, they make their way to Augustiner Braumühlen, where they pour their own beer into stone mugs. With spirits high, the group continues to the Stiegl Brewery and Museum, Austria's oldest privately owned brewery, founded in 1492. At the brewery, they explore the history of Austrian beer, the brewing process and interactive exhibits before enjoying a well-earned tasting session, sampling a variety of signature lagers and specialty brews, before venturing out to Hellbrunn Palace and its famous trick fountains. Built in the early 17th century as a pleasure retreat for Prince Archbishop Marcus Sitticus, the palace is known for its beautiful gardens, hidden water jets and playful trick fountains. As the sun begins to set, the group makes their way to Svetler's Wirtshaus, a cosy and traditional Austrian tavern featuring classic dishes like Wiener Schnitzel, paired with locally brewed beers. Before calling it a night, the group indulges in a stylish and sophisticated evening at Casino Salzburg. Housed in the stunning Schloss Klesheim, an elegant Baroque palace, the casino offers a unique blend of history, luxury and entertainment, with its grand chandeliers, ornate ceilings and refined atmosphere. With winnings in hand and the day drawing to a close, the group retires for the night, drifting into dreams of soaring peaks and alpine vistas, for tomorrow will take them among the clouds. Rising early, they set out toward the summit of the Eagle's Nest, a historical mountaintop retreat perched high in the Bavarian Alps, offering breathtaking views of Germany and Austria. Not spending the entire day in the Alps, the group descends from the heights and makes their way to Hohensalzburg Fortress, one of Europe's largest and best preserved medieval castles. However, as the day draws to a close, the adventure continues with another train ride, this time a shorter 2.5-hour journey to Vienna. Upon arrival, they check into their hotel before heading out to experience some of the city. First, they stop at Café Sacher, home of the world-famous Sachertorte, a decadent Austrian chocolate cake enjoyed by locals and visitors alike for generations. After indulging in the sweet treat, they take a stroll to Venn Casino and perhaps St. Stephen's Cathedral. Finally, with a full day and evening of sightseeing behind them, the team turns in, ready for the next phase of their journey. Early the next day, the group boards a morning train to Budapest, eager to explore the vibrant capital of Hungary. Their first stop is the Shoes on the Danube Memorial, a sombre and powerful tribute honouring the thousands of Jewish men, women and children executed along the riverbank during World War II. From there, a short walk brings them to the Chain Bridge, one of Budapest's most famous landmarks. Continuing their journey, the group ventures to the hospital in the Rock Nuclear Bunker Museum, a hidden underground complex beneath Buda Castle. Leaving the hospital in the rock, the group now in need of a hearty meal, makes their way to Zlota Beczka, where they enjoy a delicious feast of traditional Hungarian cuisine, refueling for the next leg of their adventure. With satisfied appetites, they continue to the Fisherman's Bastion, one of Budapest's most picturesque landmarks. From there, they descend into the labyrinth of Buda Castle, a sprawling network of underground tunnels and caves beneath the historic fortress, once used as a medieval prison. It is even rumoured that Vlad the Impaler, better known as Dracula, was imprisoned here, adding to its dark and fascinating history. Leaving Dracula to his fate in the depths of the Buda Castle labyrinth, the group emerges back into the daylight and makes their way across the chain bridge once more, heading toward a night of excitement at Las Vegas Casino Széchenyi, one of Budapest's premier gaming destinations. After testing their luck, they take a leisurely walk past St. Stephen's Basilica, a magnificent neoclassical cathedral named after Hungary's first king. Their final stop before departing Budapest is Zimpler Kert, the city's most famous ruin pub. With the night winding down, the group makes their way to the train station, bidding farewell to Budapest as they board their return train to Vienna. The next morning, after a leisurely breakfast, the adventurers set off on a scenic boat journey to Bratislava, cruising along the Danube River. Their first stop is the UFO Observatory, an iconic futuristic structure perched atop the SNP bridge. Crossing the bridge, they arrive at the Church of St. Elizabeth, more commonly known as the Blue Church. Continuing their exploration, the group ventures into the heart of the city, passing through the main square, the lively hub of Bratislava's old town, their path leading them to Michael's Gate, the last surviving medieval city gate dating back to the 14th century. After passing through Michael's Gate, our adventurers make a stop at Banco Casino, where they try their luck. From there, they continue on to the Slovak Radio Building, one of the city's most unique and controversial architectural landmarks. The group then ascends to the Kamzik TV Tower, a striking modern structure offering breathtaking panoramic views. As evening approaches, they make their way to Fabrika Slovak pub, to reflect on the day's adventures before heading to the train station, bidding farewell to Bratislava. As the final day in Vienna begins, the crew sets out to make the most of their morning with a visit to Schönbrunn Palace and its enchanting garden mazes. With their time in Vienna coming to an end, the group bids farewell to the imperial city and heads to the airport, ready to embark on a flight to Paris. Upon arriving in Paris and checking into their hotel, the team quickly sets off, catching a ride to Notre Dame Cathedral in hopes of making the last tour of the day. Afterward, it's a short walk to the Louvre Museum, where they take in the grandeur of the world's largest art museum from the outside, marvelling at its iconic glass pyramid and historic architecture. As evening unfolds, the group heads toward the Arc de Triomphe, where two casinos, Club Barrière and Paris-Élysée Club, offer a chance to try their luck and enjoy dinner. With nightfall, they begin their illuminated journey through Paris, starting at the Arc de Triomphe, now glowing under the city lights. As they make their way toward the Eiffel Tower, they pass by the Flame of Liberty Memorial, a full-scale replica of the Statue of Liberty's flame, which has since become a symbolic tribute to Princess Diana. Finally, they arrive at the Eiffel Tower, its shimmering golden lights casting a magical glow over the city, making for a breathtaking finale to their first night in Paris. Waking up to their first morning in Paris, our intrepid adventurers set off for the Palace of Versailles and its enchanting musical gardens. The musical gardens, with their orchestrated fountains and classical melodies, offer a magical, immersive experience, bringing the grandeur of Louis XIV's court to life. After soaking in the splendour of Versailles, the group returns to the city for lunch at the historic Café de Flore, one of Paris's most famous literary cafes, once frequented by philosophers, writers and artists. Re-energized by Parisian cuisine, they continue their journey with a walk to the Place de la Bastille, the symbolic site of the French Revolution, before passing by the Paris Pantheon. Their path leads them to the catacombs of Paris, an eerie yet fascinating underground ossuary containing the remains of over 6 million people. Before embracing their final free-for-all in Paris, the crew makes one last stop at Club Circus, the last casino of their journey, before heading into the night to make the most of their remaining time in the French city. On the final day of their journey, the crew awakens to their last morning in Paris, reflecting on the whirlwind adventure that took them through historic landmarks, vibrant cultures and unforgettable experiences. They savour the final moments in France, taking in the sights, sounds and flavours one last time before making their way to the airport. With memories to last a lifetime, they board their flight home, bidding au revoir to the incredible journey that brought them here.